Okay, so in this video, I'm going to show you the plugin of My Calendar, and this is the plugin that gives us this calendar page. It gives us the upcoming events, and it gives us these categories and where we can click this and see. I'm also in this video going to show you how to update the agendas and minutes pages. So let's go straight in. When we click on My Calendar, it goes to this first page, which happens to be Add New Event. If I skip this initially and go to Manage Events, you can see that I added all the planning and council meetings that were on your current website. They are in different categories, planning and council. They have a date and a time and a location. So if we add new event, you had a parish meetings up to the 9th of May when I last checked. So let's imagine that we'd decided that the next one was the 10th of June. And it's going to be at 7:30. So if I'm just going to very quickly go to the meetings calendar just so that I can make this look right, and this is what you should be doing as well. So these are titled council meetings and planning meetings. So instead of changing the title, let's make it all look nice by making it all look the same. So the event title is yet another council meeting. I haven't been putting in text for anything. You can change the host to whoever you want it to be, but it has to be a user of the website. And it is a council meeting, so we'll keep the category as council. We don't really have any URLs, but if you wanted to, you could make that the URL straight to the minutes, which you would have in your media library. So date and time, we said in April the 10th, and the time, let's make it 7:30 until 10 p.m. It's not an all-day event because we got some times, and yeah, let's hide the end time. And there's no end date because it's one day. Now, if you had a lot of dates, you could add another occurrence, and you could, making sure that it's the same event title, add many at a time. Now, the event access stuff I haven't been adding, but it's something that you could look into later. And the event location I've put as the parish room. You can edit the locations by going to manage locations here, and similarly if you had different types of meetings, then you could edit the manage categories in that one there. Don't worry about any of the other options at this stage. I've changed the styles and the script so that it all looks as it does at the moment. Now, this isn't yet saved, but if we press save event, this is now in our events. Okay, so this has added for June 10th, 2016 at 7:30 p.m. and recurs never, and it's in the category of council. So if we go into the meetings calendar, I've already gone to June, but I think I'm going to have to refresh for this to show. Yep, so let's go forward to June. You can see it's not showing in the upcoming events because it's quite far in the future. So let's go to June. There we go, 7:30 p.m. a council meeting. And if you click on that, it would show up the extra information. But because we didn't type anything in that box, it's not showing. This is showing an edit option just because I'm logged in. If I wasn't logged in, that wouldn't show this edit and delete option. So let's close that down. And as you can see, it's orange, which is a council meeting with the key there. It's not showing in the upcoming events as mentioned previously. Now, if we have an event coming up on June the 10th and it is a council meeting, if we go into the agendas and minutes, we're going to have to create one for June 10th in here. Now, just before I do that, so that I'm not making things up, I'm just going to delete that so that I don't forget, because we don't really need that. And as you can see, it's very easy to delete. Now, to add this fictional meeting into the agendas and minutes page, we would go and find the agendas and minutes page, and this is a subcategory of meetings rather than planning because these two are very easy to mix up. So we're looking for meetings, agendas and minutes rather than planning agendas and minutes. So we scroll along this list here in the pages until we find meetings, and then we see agendas and minutes as a subcategory of meetings. And if I show you the planning, again, it's there, but we don't want that one. We want this one. So let's edit agendas and minutes of the meetings persuasion. If we have a look at this page, we're going to want it to go in this space here. So we've got 2016, and then we've got some dates, and we want it to go here. So 2016, which is actually a text module. If we have a look at this, it's a text module, but what I've done is I've changed the admin label at the bottom here to 2016, which means that in the Divi Builder it shows as 2016. It's quite useful, and I've done that with these dates as well, just so that we don't get mixed up. You might think, right, we need to insert a module and it's a text, and then what we need to do is make something that looks a bit like this, and you can do it that way, but I recommend a different way. So let's close that down and delete that. I recommend doing something slightly different. We want to copy one of these and then change it to match our new date. If we didn't have an agenda in minutes yet, then we might decide to copy the 2nd of March or the 4th of April. The 9th of May, and then we could delete annual meeting, but this is easy. So let's 2nd of March, and we will use the clone module button. So do that, and it goes directly underneath. Now we don't want it to go directly underneath the 2nd of March. We want it to be here. So we'll just drag it across to here. And then we want to edit it. And it was the 10th of June. So 10 June, oh, don't want capitals, June. And what we want to do is pretty much copy this word for word, except with the correct date. So I'm just scrolling down to make sure there's no text in there to edit, and it just says agenda in minutes. There's no links, so we don't need to worry about that. There's another one, so let's change that to 10th of June. And save. Now if we update this, because remember it hasn't yet saved, and then go to the page and press refresh. There we go, 10th of June. We're pretending this is a future meeting, so that is exactly how we want it, because we don't yet have an agenda and minutes. But let's say we have an agenda for this meeting. So what we want to do is put a link. So if you see this one, it would open the actual agenda. So we'll close that. We want this to link to a document. So we find the element that we've just made, or the relevant element that you want to put the link in. And this is how you update whenever you've got an agenda or new minutes to do. We just highlight agenda, add media, we upload the file, which will then appear in the top left corner of the media library. Let's pretend this is the agenda. Now we've got the URL here, which I am going to copy, insert into page. Now that's changed, so I recommend that you don't do that. So let's pretend we haven't done that. Now you'll notice that when I went in there, I actually copied this URL. I pressed Control C, or if you're on a Mac, Command C, and then I would just close it. Now you think, oh, but you haven't done anything. Now I then highlight agenda and add the link like I showed you before, except I'm going to paste, so Control V or Command V if you're on a Mac, into the URL, and that links through to the doc file that we just found the link for. You'd like all it to be in a new tab, so press the open link in a new tab, add link, and that means that that is now linked. And you would do exactly the same for the minutes. You add media, find the minutes that are relevant, or upload the minutes that are relevant, find the URL, which should already be highlighted, copy it, Control C or Command C, close, and then use the link button, and then Control V or Command V to paste, open link in a new tab, add link. If we save that and then update, the agendas and minutes that are fake now have fake documents that the agenda and minutes are linked to. So we obviously don't want this, but I'm showing you how to do it. So let's go ahead and delete that because it's a pretend one. We press update and it's updated again. It's disappeared. So in this video, I've shown you how to edit the calendar, add an event to the calendar so that it shows on this calendar here, and I've shown you how to do the agendas and minutes. Now I imagine this is your sort of bread and butter for updating the website, that along with the posts. So all that along with editing the pages as you need to should give you everything you need to update your website. Now let me know if there's anything that you're confused about, or any videos that you want me to go into greater detail, or any videos that you think I might have missed. please let me know, and I will create more videos for you so that you can edit your website and know how to edit your website. This video, please show it to anyone that you want to create a user for, and I hope it's nice and easy for you. Once you've done it a few times, it does get easier if it is looking complicated, but this interface is a hell of a lot easier to edit than something that looks like this. So hope these videos have been nice and simple. Please let me know if you need anything clarified. Thanks very much.